got to make sure that this is happening and we get there on time. But it's much more powerful, and for a kid like you, it's going to take a very short time for you to adjust to it. Good. Go. I had a kid over 3 weeks ago that hit me doing this drill. A big, strong 13-year-old.
Oh no.
And it's still not right. I might have broke it. He killed me. So, we're looking for that move. Come forward, wind rearward. And for him to practice it, he doesn't need anyone to hold him here. He can just stride to toe touch, pause, go. And then, Ryan, we just want to make sure that we can get this back knee started ahead of your elbow tuck. That way we'll get maximum stretch. Does he do any lifting or anything? Because he's so freaking, I know he has natural strength.
What do you do, triceps?
I'm grabbing his arms, and like my arms weren't this big in college, which is very depressing. I mean, he may be stronger than me when I was 10 years older, which is very depressing.
Ah.
Lifting weights was taboo when I was playing college baseball. You didn't lift weights. They thought you get like a football player and you couldn't swing the bat or throw.
Yeah.
This is the move we want to get. Come forward, wind rearward. Now start that back knee a little bit. All right, good. I just don't want the front leg straight at this point. Front leg's gonna still have some flex in it, because then he's balanced. Now let it go. You know, complete the lower half body process, get the bat moving, swing the bat. Good, good, good. You don't have to go that far. Don't go that far. Stay balanced with just that back knee slightly in. Good. That's the move. It's just a move. As hard as you're hitting the ball right now, it'll enable you to hit the ball harder without any more effort. So that, you know, he's not trying to swing harder. He's swinging harder because his technique is better. He has better sequence. Perfect. And sometimes in this drill, the swings itself aren't great. We're getting so many helicopters. Look at this, we got three military helicopters. Something has changed in the last few months. We always get the helicopters from the hospital, obviously, the medical. But we're getting a lot more of that. Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It must be spying on us.
Probably, what's his face? Charlie Lyle's son.
Charlie Lyle's son is out there. So I'm not necessarily worried about what his contacts are like this, because this is a awkward position to swing the bat from. So
he's in it pretty good.
So, and we may not get this perfectly, but it's not the goal right now. The goal is getting him in a better position, a more powerful position to swing the bat, drop that front heel. Good. Now go. Very nice. Heel. Good. One more time. All right, good. The idea is, you know, get this feeling of that move. You know, the Cabrera video with the lines that you probably have on your phone 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
That's the easiest one to use as a guide. You could see, you know, they have the lines on his hip, the lines on his hands, and it shows hips come forward, hands stay back, and the hands stay back not because we're straightening, but because we're winding. And then, you know, we have that cock the knob video with it where that's the move. And that move along with that shoulder tilt is what gives us that extra stretch. So we want to see that. I always say plus 15 degree tilt. Front shoulder 15 degrees lower than your back shoulder. Jake has told us he's measured Cabrera at 25, and probably in that video that we do, he's 25. Donaldson at 20. Everybody else in that general area. So if they're getting that, then I think we should get that. What we know for a fact is, though, if what he gets off the tee won't be what he gets from a moving ball. It's just the ball's down here, and we tend to stretch more. So if it's 30 degrees off the tee, we're thrilled. We just know it probably won't be 30 degrees when we hit. The other part of it is, too, Ryan, you can only go as far as your flexibility will allow. So if you're thick and tight and you can only go, you know, you got to be able to keep your head turned. It's something over there. So that your back eye can see the ball. You know, obviously as well as your front eye. If you're loading too far and you can't get your head turned, you've added stretch, but now we can't see the ball, so it's not going to do us any good. We get some, you know, powerful swings and misses. So, as much as he can load, but still maintain that head turn is what we're looking for. And then from there, in sequence, you know, when it's time, when your core stretches and you can't stretch anymore, when it's time, we've got to get back to that then. You know, we can't be tardy reversing your elbows. You know, all happens very quickly. But try it on your own. Stride to that point and stop. Good. Now reverse, let it go. And obviously from that toe touch position, Rhino, I always say back knee first, because I want to get that back knee working in. You know, your back knee pinching in, your front heel coming down, and then your back heel releasing. Maybe they're simultaneous. I kind of prefer it to be in that order. Your back heel is not going to come off the ground until this knee is in sufficiently. So if that knee starts, and then we get into heel drop, that back heel will release on time. Trying to make sure these were your heels, that we're not dropping a heel, then releasing your heel and swinging the bat. We're not getting the stretch that we want. So, you know, we want that move. This one's coming down, this one's coming up. And if we make our back knee pinching in at toe touch our first thought and be our first move, because I always say back knee first, we'll get that.